What's up? This is Aaron. In this video, what I want to talk about is finding your obsession. Okay, so what is it in your life that you can do better than anyone else? Right? In a competitive setting, if there was a competition on whatever it is that you like doing, are you going to crush the competition? Are you absolutely going to eviscerate your competition? And so for me, it's creating content. I love it. Even just like small posts on Instagram. I just love posting things. I love being creative and putting myself out there. And I didn't know this until I kind of just like stumbled into it. I just thought, side note, I was one of the people in my generation who was very resistant towards social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. I was very resistant to being absorbed into that lifestyle. I didn't like the idea that people weren't talking anymore. People were not face to face. There was a lot of like imagery, a lot of this like personas being portrayed. And I just really hated that. I really disliked that so much. And it pushed me away. It really turned me off of social media. And so when I started posting my own things, like Instagram stories is something, if you follow me on Instagram, Otherworld179, I post Instagram stories almost pretty much every day. And when I started doing that, I got this feeling of like, I'm putting myself out into the world. I used to be very shy, very like, kind of in my head. I didn't like expressing myself. I didn't like putting myself out there for people to judge. I guess one day it clicked for me that, you could spend your entire life worrying about people are going to think of you, but it's like, what are you actually going to be in that case? Like, you're not actually dictating your own reality. You're not in control of your own life. You're allowing others' opinions of you, which is like totally crazy, because opinions are just opinions. They don't mean anything. It's just a kind of like a hollow like representation of what somebody might perceive you to be, and they might not even really know you. And so, when I started doing that, producing content, just posting my life, things that I do, I started realizing like, man, actually, like, I'm into a lot of cool shit. And I think a lot of people were enjoying it. Like, people would like send me messages and shit. Like I remember like my first stories was posting me doing the ice plunge. If you've seen that, I in the wintertime, I will go out to the river near my apartment and break through the ice and just like sit in the ice water. And people are seeing this as like crazy. Like, the response was it was really hilarious to me that the people were like, "You're crazy, you're flirting with death," like really funny stuff. And so I was like, you know what? I could start doing this for a lot of other things in my life. I could show other stuff that I do, like maybe books that I read, or like content that I like to consume. Mentors that I look up to. Even like lifestyle things, like, or even like nutrition, like stuff that I'm like food stuff that I'm into, like health foods and stuff. And putting my energy toward that, which makes me feel good, like it fulfills me at a deep level. And I remember, like, I was, without being like braggadocious or anything, it's like I always wanted to be the best, right? And honestly, I see this as kind of a flaw in a lot of ways, and I'll explain why. My very first job, like my first payroll job, was working at Dairy Queen. I was the cashier, and like I made the ice cream and like cooked the food and stuff, and I always wanted to be the best. I just naturally like became the best at the job, at what I did. And it was something I hated the job. I didn't like anybody that I worked with, but it was that just, I'm going to do the best that I can. I want to be the best. I want to be the man. I want to be the one that everybody can count on. And, I got really good at it. I got a lot of responsibility. I asked for a lot of responsibility. I was, fixing the machines when they broke down. I was the only one who knew that. I was a key holder, and I was just a regular crew member. I didn't even get like, that's the crazy thing about it, is like when you're somebody who's like willing to take on a lot of responsibility, most cases your boss is just going to be like, okay, sure, take all the responsibility, but they're not going to pay you for it, right? They're not going to compensate you for your time and your efforts that you put in. And so it's like that type of mindset of being like, I want to be the best. It also pulled me away from my passions, because I wasn't setting myself up. I wasn't putting myself in the position to have a good outlet, a healthy outlet that's fulfilling for me. So, at like some crappy job, I'm like putting all this effort into it, but I'm getting no return on it. It's like, there's no ROI. There's like, what is the point of this like dead end? Like, you're working at fucking Dairy Queen, dude. Like, you're making ice cream and shit. Like, it's completely unfulfilling. But and that's what I want to bring back to the topic here, is that my obsession with wanting to be great at whatever I do, I have to change that. I had to tweak that and change that into being great at what I want and what I love. And that is allowed me to kind of just produce these videos and like content like effortlessly. Like, it doesn't take me a lot of work to make these videos. Like, at first when I got started, it was, nerve-wracking. I was a little nervous, a little jitters, but once I got started, it was just like, all right, let me just make a video. Like this video right here. I didn't really have anything prepared. I just kind of sat down. I was like, okay, I'm just going to talk about what I'm obsessed about. What is your obsession? And now I'm just talking off the cuff. And this is just something that I found that I am good at, that I can get really good at, with consistency. And so finding the obsession, finding what you're good at, and then putting your energy, putting your efforts toward that is way, 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 way more rewarding than like putting into your job because your parents want you to do it, or, your boss gives you the old attaboy. And, what are you getting from that? And, I like, when I even saying that, I'm like, what are you getting from it? Because I kind of do a lot of work on like meditations around like not trying to get something, but really just being. But it's also, we live in this world where, we live in this game of life. You have to strategize it to be successful and to navigate this in an efficient and effective way. I mean, if that's what you want, you don't have to be, if you don't want to be an efficient, effective person, then that's fine. That's up to you. But if you do, then my message to you is to find what you're obsessed about, something that you've always done. Like, you could think, like, thinking back on it, like, maybe it wasn't always posting videos, but I did used to like cameras. I liked, I used to make like these silly videos with my friends, and I just thought that was the most awesome thing. I just thought it was the most fun. It was goofy videos. I think you can probably find them somewhere on YouTube. They're still up somewhere. I don't remember what the name of the channel was or anything, but maybe I'll have to find that and maybe I'll post it or something. But that's something that's kind of existing, and it's also above like just creating content, but even a deeper level is that I liked breaking things apart and kind of dissecting things and making them small. It's like the molecular level, and making sense of them and making them relatable. And so making this video for you right now, breaking down what your obsession is, how do you find it, how do you move your energy, and how do you get out of this headspace of, oh, I want to be good at something, and instead of doing something that you're obligated to do things that you want to do. And again, I have a job. I have a 9-to-5 job, and I do work hard. I do my best at that job, but it's like I know when to kind of mediate. I know how to balance the amount of output that I'm putting in the job and then what I'm getting. Also, don't be afraid to ask for a raise too. If you're somebody who's working at a job and you're busting your ass, don't be afraid to ask for a raise. Like, just ask for a raise, like straight up. Just be straight up with your boss. Tell him like, yo, like I've been working for you this long. I do this, this, this. Like I have a lot of responsibility here. I need to start making more money, and just tell him straight up. You'd be surprised. The fact that you're able to go up and just be confident about like, that you deserve more, they'll respect that. They'll respect you for that. And, and in the meantime, while you're working at your job, work on your craft. Every hour that you're not at your job, you should be working on your craft. What are you good at? And start getting better and better and better at that. I know the job life, the 9 to 5 life can be very draining. It can be very daunting. It can kind of dull your creativity, but do the best that you can. Like just really try to put your efforts into doing what you love to do. And the key to that, and I will say this till the day I die, is consistently doing the thing that you like. Like do it all the time. Even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, just do it. Just do it. Like just do it. I know I sound like a broken record here, but like seriously, I'm talking to myself, kind of like my past self, and I'm also talking to you. Like if this resonates with you, start being consistent about the things that you love, and kind of balancing the amount of energy that you're putting out toward other things that don't really serve you and things that you're not really getting a good ROI in. And so that's all I want to say in this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.